For me, it is always a question of thinking before you start sketching. I'm a designer who needs some time to think it over. Maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks, and the design ripens in my head, and then I see it more or less in front of me before I even take a pencil and do it on paper. When I came to Amsterdam, I was offered a job in an exhibition company, not knowing what to do, because my training in the art school was so old-fashioned in graphics and in painting and watercolor and batik even, and photography was forbidden and typography didn't exist. So I knew already something from Piet Schwartz. I knew the work of Rietveld already as a student in the art school, but I went to Amsterdam, and in that job in the exhibition company, within a year I learned more than the whole art school. I was shaped quite a lot by the Swiss design movement of the 50s. My encounter with Karl Gerstner and a year later with another Swiss designer, Gerrit Rietveld, were very important for me. And through them I visited Switzerland and met the colleagues of them. I met the school of Basel of design, and I was shaped quite a lot in that direction. And then suddenly there were clients of this exhibition who asked me, could you do a leaflet for the exhibition? Could you do a book with the exhibition, or a folder or a catalog? And so gradually I went into graphic design. So in 1954 I started as a teacher already, and that was about the year that I started my own practice and developed my work. And then a friend of the director of the art school where I was a teacher was the director of the Van Abbe Museum in Eindhoven, a small museum of modern art, and this director invited me to become his graphic designer. So that's where I started to design catalogs and posters for this museum, and I was involved in modern art, and the influence of modern art involved me. And then another luck happens when the director of the Van Abbe Museum became director of the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam in 1964. And then I went with him. He took me with him as a designer, and I worked for 20 years for him for the Stedelijk Museum. And there we met Rietveld again and all these famous designers and artists. My imagination makes the design. I'm a real gridnik. My friends called me gridnik in the 70s, because I always, after thinking, I develop a kind of grid in which my design should take shape. It's very architectural, because I'm influenced as much by architecture as by other graphic designers and by artists. And this all helps you to shape your own path, they have all certain influence on you. You never know what influence it has, but it always has influence on you. It shapes you. Even if I already decided in the end of the 50s to shut myself off for the left and right wing, but choose my path, still you have influences. You are a child of your days, always, until today.